Hi, my name is Laylane Chagas. I'm a physiotherapist, and in this video I will show you one of the exercises that can be used to gain more rotation of the trunk, especially the lower back. And it's called, I like to call it the cross chain stretch, because it forces you to cross, use the muscles that cross around your chest, your trunk, and it's just the way you look like when you're lying down in that position. So I will change position of the camera to show you how to do the stretch. So in the spinal twist stretch, we are going to be lying down with the back, and it's very important the initial position that you adopt, because you want just a relaxed point where you can relax all your muscles that you're going to work really hard with. So you can bring your upper trunk up and try to let your neck lie neutral there. You're going to go in a bridge position, roll your lower back to lie flat on the floor, and then with the knees bent, you're just going to try to scoot your hip towards the side. Don't move your feet and your upper trunk from position. You're just going to purely scoot your hip to the side. In that way, it will make you in a position of a V. So you didn't move the upper and the lower part of your body, you just move this, the hip to the side. And the further you go, the deeper the stretching will be. And then from there, you move to the left, your hips, your knees will go to the right. And in that way, you are going to create a twisting movement of your trunk. And that's why I call the cross chain stretch, because it stretches the muscles in a diagonal way of your trunk. And if you cannot achieve bringing your knees towards the floor, you're not going to progress any further. You're just going to work progressively onto using exhale towards gaining that relaxation and allowing gravity to take the weight of your legs. You move your lower leg more in the middle, and then from here, if you're able to touch both knees on the floor, then you can progress further. So now your spine is straight but twisted. If you didn't do that scooting movement of the hip, you just moved your knees over, your spine will be like a C and twisted. And that doesn't bring a deeper effect of stretching to the rotators of the spine. So again, you want to scoot the hip towards one side, roll the knees towards the other side, opposite side, and then from here, you're going to make sure you try to sit your shoulders flat on the floor. If you can't, if your shoulder is moving up, you again use the relaxation exercises to let that relax. You may splint your upper chest with your hand, or you just let your arms fall down and let the gravity take the weight of your trunk and create a deeper rotation on the upper part of your trunk. So waist up, you try to work on relaxing the shoulders down. Waist down, you try to work on letting the knees fall down. If you want to stretch the lower parts of your lower back, glutes, SI joints level, you should start by bringing the leg over and the knee towards the floor and a little bit downwards. So if you bring your knee away from your shoulder down to the floor, you're going to stretch more the lower areas of your pelvis, glutes, and lower back. If you bring your knee more towards the neutral position, you are going to go a little bit higher, and the rotation will concentrate more into the lower back. If you try to bring your knee towards your shoulder and rotate your spine, you're going to feel upper levels, like the upper part of the lower back and mid back being stretched. So you can guide the direction on where you want to stretch in your back, which level you want to work, like working with levers there. So you are going to just use this as a rotation to work more on the rotation of the spine. If you do want to work more on the glutes and the IT band, you're welcome to straighten up your leg, and then you're going to feel a stretch there. If you try to bring your toes towards you, like I'm doing here in the video, toes towards you, you are going to add nerves into the picture. You're going to add the sciatic nerve to the picture. So depending on what you want to do, you can make this exercise to fit your purpose. So if you straighten up your knee, hamstrings will work. If you bring toes towards you, you're going to add calf tension. And finally, tension, stretch, or flossing effect of the sciatic nerve. So you can work in that way. But first, try to master your ability to relax your back into a true and full rotation, like that, before you go on and putting more pressure and towards the leg. Because if you do that before you're ready, you're just going to be struggling with your leg in the air, which is heavy, and that will force you to tense your back muscles, and you may end up with soreness and pain in this stretching instead of having any meaningful gains. So that's the cross chain stretch for the lower back to work on the rotator muscles of the spine. So here I'm going to show on a spinal model how it would work on that stretch. So here we have the base of the skull, and then we have the neck, upper back, lower back, and pelvic bones. So if you don't scoot the hip into the opposite direction that you're moving your knees towards the rotation, that's what's going to happen with your back. You're going to create like a C shape, and the rotation won't be as deep as you intend. If you do scoot your hip to one side and then you turn your knees to the opposite side, can you see that the back is straight and the rotation will be much more intense? The rotation will be much more intense on the lower back. So that's the only reason why you're scooting the hip, and that's just an important physical matter.